And I know in your experience, getting to where you're at today, 20 plus years of leading teams, major efforts, working both in major enterprise, working with small mid-level businesses, running teams of various sizes, you probably made a few mistakes.
Oh, yeah.
So this is the point in the interview where we welcome our guests into the confessional to tell us what is a leadership mistake that you have made in your journey. Call it a learning opportunity, call it whatever you want semantically, but you look back and you go, if I could get a do-over on this, I actually would not do it that way, or I will never do it that way again.
Mm-hmm.
What can you share with us?
I scaled headcount too quickly.
Talk more.
Most leaders want to have the largest organization as possible because let's just talk about vanity. It looks good on LinkedIn.
Right.
I lead a 500-person organization. It's just like, okay, all right, Bill, thank you. But I scaled too quickly in the sense that in a previous role, I was asked to start with 10. I pushed back before I started and said, how about 4? And they said, well, how about 8? And I said, how about 4? And they said, well, how about 7? I was like, I'll give you 6.
Mm-hmm.
And 6 was a really good number to start because we had to spend 90 days proving that this program would work, which is what we did. Then I inherited 2 more.
Okay.
Right? The 2 were great. So I was at 8. Then someone somewhere got the bright idea, hey, let's give him 15 to 20 more people. And in my excitement and hey, yes, let's do it, without understanding the complexities of the organization fully and what that decision meant. And that decision really meant that I had to find work for them.
Yes.
In the organization.
Yes.
So even though there was a problem and this organization had this as a typical solution, let's just build out another team.
Right.
Instead of evaluating the bandwidth of the existing 8, we went ahead and we added another 20. And it was chaos there. And that required more complexity. That required me to create tiers. That required me to have an analyst. That required me to have more Zoom meetings than I care to remember.
Right.
On how the ROI was working. Now, I made it work. But then when cost cuts inevitably started happening for everyone who's old enough to remember 22, everyone left their jobs in 20 and 21 and they were getting 40,000 over. The bill came due in 22 and then we had to start cutting. So I had to let go of the people who did nothing wrong. They did everything that was required of them and they delivered.
Mm-hmm.
I took that as a lesson to slowly scale in any environment, whether it's consulting for a small business or whether it's in an enterprise organization. If someone asks me for 10, I always scale it back to 40%.
Yes.
I'm not doing 10 because if I do 10 and it's not working, I'm going to change and impact someone's livelihood.
Yes.
And I would rather not do that right now. I think that's probably the best lesson. I would say, even for the small business owners that I consulted, they found that that was their biggest issue. They thought that they could just throw money at a problem by hiring more people without considering the workflow, without considering their processes, without considering their systems and the time it takes to manage people.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Yes. I think people wildly underestimate the amount of time for solid leadership practices that management actually takes.
Yeah.